Well, hello, all my model car building buddies. This here is Glenn's Models. I'm Glenn, and I'm going to let you in on a little something people don't know about me. Actually, I am free as a breeze and always at ease. While I live in the jungle and I hang by my knees as I swing through the trees without a trapeze in my BVDs. And I got the tickets to prove it too, so y'all believe. All right. First off, Spotlight Hobbies, right there. There they are. Look, right here. They got in some new stuff. Let me tell you what they got. Oh, okay. They have the 125th or 124th. I didn't catch the dad. I should have wrote down the scale, but it's one of those Revel Peterbilt 359 semi with sleeper. And it's a pretty sharp semi-truck. Y'all like them semis. It's a skill level 5 from, I'm thinking Revel from Germany maybe. It looks like one of those super kits. And they also they were out of it for a long time, but they got more, just got them in. The 2022 Chevy Corvette Stingray Z51 Coupe. Yep, they got some more of those, so if you was looking for them. Oh, and a little correction to my from last week when I said they had, or my last show, when they said the Pete's gas station or something like that. It is Joe's Power Plus, and it's not made by MPC, it's made by MRC. Okay, and man, that thing is cool. I watched an unboxing video on it today, and it was pretty sharp. I gotta get one. And also, they got that AMT 92 Ford F-150 flare side pickup truck. That in itself is a cool truck. I know, because I used to work on them. Okay, let's see now. Oh, y'all. Don't forget Paul Rogers at Styrene Relics. And Tim's daughter, her name is Darlene. And give her some prayers because she's not doing too good, but she's showing the slightest signs of improvement, and that is awesome. Also, Paul. So y'all got two here. Tim Nolan's daughter, Darlene. God, I hope I'm getting that name right. And Paul Rogers at Styrene Relics. All right. Prayers help. They really do. It's good stuff. Take my word for it. Now, oh, she has been in the band now for a couple weeks now, and I haven't pointed her out yet. So I'm gonna take you over there and introduce you to her. We have a third Marilyn in the band. This one is Marilyn first season of Munsters, and this is Marilyn second season of Munsters. This is Marilyn from the movie Munsters Go Home. So now we got a trio over there. Sweet. They're almost triplets trio. Alrighty, now I gotta move this up. I'm waiting on parts. But next show you'll see a bunch of stuff on that. This guy, I was gonna start the bed. I was gonna have the bed on it. And Donnie bought a printer about 2 years ago, and we could never figure out how to make it work. So he boxed it all up, stuck it in the back room. Well, I wanted to get those record plans that Paul sent me and blow them up and print them out so I could use them. And after about 6 hours, we finally deciphered how to make that thing work. The codes and everything. And we got it to work, but apparently it was... the black ink had dried out, because now I gotta get a thing of black ink to go in it. It printed the colored ink, but without the black, it was not the whole picture. It was missing parts. Yeah, and so I get some black ink, and then I can print out my plans for that and start working on it. Because I like this. You see this? This thing is cool. I got the light on. Yeah. How cool is that, man? That is a super sharp little truck. And let me turn a little bit. These are those super single wheels. that you get from Spotlight, probably. I forget the make of them. You know, they're parts pack, but I don't know if they're the same parts pack, you know, as the other parts packs. But check this out. I'm going to show you this real quick. How do I get these wheels to fit? Because this is the axle that come with the Mack truck. I just took a piece of sprue and sanded it down until it fit all the way through there, and then drilled it out. All you had to do. It worked. I know. Hey, I'm old school. Everything I know, I learned a long million years ago. And you can teach an old dog new tricks, but you can't make him forget the old ones. You know, and most everything I do is old school. So, quit arguing with me, damn it. Alrighty, now let's get on with the show. Oh, I just want to show you this real quick. You know what this is. You all reckon there's a project coming up. I'm going to work on it on the side, so I'll just kind of surprise you with it here in the next couple shows. And this is going to be so cool. Surprise, you're gonna like it. Suspense also makes you watch the next few shows just to see what the heck I'm talking about. Made you watch. All right, now we get to the nitty-gritty of the show. Remember I showed you this guy? Oh, man. This guy? The Surf Woody by George Barris. And there it is. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I bought it because it's unusual, and I figured if nothing else, it was parts. And it was. Let me turn this around. Oh my God, that's going to take forever. Come on, let's move it. Sometimes Jigger can be so slow. I need to get another battery on and speed it up just a little bit. All right. I know I could have just twisted it around. Here's the bottom, or most of the body to that Surf Woody I just showed you. Remember. And the pie wagon, here is one of the sides of the pie wagon, and here is the other side to the pie wagon, and here is the back of that side, the other back of the side. This is the roof, and I've already cut 1/8 of an inch off the front of here, and this is the back. With the chop coming down, see how much I've chopped it. And see, now I got the shorter windshield. That's why I had to cut 1/8 of an inch off of here. You had to have some windshield. And the C in the back just needs to be recut. That'd be nothing to recut. Make cool cat eye looking C back there. Yeah, anyway, that's what I got. I wanted to show you the huge pile of cut up plastic that I got here. They're not really huge. It's just a messy pile of cut up plastic that will get glued back together in the proper shape to be a hot rod. Next is, my battery is getting weak in the old whirly jigger. I gotta change it out. Excuse me. Okay. Let me see. I did that. I might do that. I'm not doing that yet. Okay. This is what I've got going on here today. Let me raise this up a little higher. And put this. Okay. And cough once. Remember last week, were we in the death-defying throes of scratch building? We had this far. And I showed you on this paper. I'm trying to get my memory to work. I showed you make these things. Now this one's got the bearing on the top and bottom. And this one's got it on the top. This is the front one. goes up on the front of the frame, and this one goes on the back. Now, there are two ways to mount this. See, right here, you can mount it. You could weld the bearing here right straight to the chassis. This is how you get a lot of elevation on your front end. Or you can run, if you got too much elevation, you want to bring it down a little bit, you run it through the frame like that. And that gives that helps change the height. This is just two ways of adjusting the height. And here, and I'll show you another way, but here it is. I need a pointier, oh, dang, thing. He's going to help out. I use his other end. Here it is. Okay, this spring, I showed you how I treated it. You know, got the sides rounded off and everything. And hang on. Oh, clumsy. I'll just store that over there. You take your spring after you got it cut. Put your thumbnail in it on your fat finger and pull it. See, you get your curve in it. Okay. I probably didn't even need to say that, but y'all heard it. Okay, now there's your spring. Now here's another way of getting or losing elevation. I used reverse eye spring on here. I think maybe without the light it might show up better. Yeah, see that? Okay, this doesn't make it damn focus any better. Let me see if I can get it in. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Man, I hate this camera. I really don't like it much. Anyway, this is a blurry reverse eye spring. See how it's going down and curls around? That's the spring eye you're seeing in there. I'm going to turn the light back on. I think it works better. See? This is a reverse spring. It goes under and curls over like that. Down on the other end, this will lower the spring using it like that. And I did this because you see how much arc there is in the spring? If I used a standardized spring and put where it rolls over the top and under on both ends, the spring would be almost flat. See that? And so I wanted more arc in it, so I'm using a reverse eye. Okay? And that's all you have to do is just glue the spring to the bottom of the roll or to the top. Because this roll piece now is actually part of the spring. Okay, I showed you before, if you was paying attention, how to round off the end of the spring a little bit, cut the hole in it, or drill the hole in it. Okay? Now, we take this, hold her in place in where you can see it in the camera. Okay? And I take your Tamiya extra thin glue with the little brush and stick it under here and put a little, and then hang down on it. Don't deform the spring, pushing it too hard. Just kind of push it down till it dries and make sure it's in the center. And then you can come down to the other end and do the same thing. And do it one more time and you will have one that looks like this. That's not bad. Spring, spring, spring. And man, I'm going to get a better camera. I swear I will, people. You can't see them, but I got the holes in the spring. This is just irritating. It really is. There you can see the holes for a split second before they go blurry. All right, now I can move on. Kind of compulsive about stuff. This is the front. See how it's got the flat on the end, and this is the back. See how it's rounded? That's how come it goes. That's where it goes through the frame. Hello, Benny. Get you out of here. Go away. Say hi or something. See there. Now, this will get glued on to the axle, and this is where you got to make your own decisions how you're going to paint the darn thing. If you're going to paint this and then paint the axle and then paint the spring and assemble it, or if you're going to glue the axle to the spring and then paint it. However you're going to do it, that's how you're going to do it so many different ways. But I got these the ones on the other side, they're just tacked. I could take the knife and slide them up through there, and they'll just pop right loose. And this will too, you know. So, I don't know which way I'm going to go with this, but I think for right now, I'm just showing you how everything goes together. Yeah, look at that spring, boy. That's a good-looking spring. I like this. This is one. You guys are making me do better work. Normally, this wouldn't look this good, but I had to put in a little extra work because I know y'all's going to be looking at it and critiquing. This is the shackle that you need if you're going to set it down on top of the frame, like in the picture. Where's it at? Right here. If you're going to set it on top of the spring, see, you need the double one. But if you're going inside there, if you're going to slide it up on that, you just need the one. And if you want more detail, you can drill through here and here, here and here, and here and here. Drill through and slide some thin plastruct or wire or whatever you got through there, and clip off just the end. Leave a little bit sticking out. It'll look like the bolt and nut that goes through there. So you got that going on. But this is the next part, and I haven't got one yet because I've been super busy all day. But I have I don't know how I can show this to you, but let me put that down for one thing. Come on, little guy, we want to see you. Yeah, maybe if I turn the light off. Oh, there he is for a second. See what we got here? We got a plate with an ear coming off of it. Big wolf. Okay, lights again. And where's it at? Right here. Okay, this is axle going through, and here's the spring. And you got to have this plate. You see where the 4 bolts go? Those are U-bolts. They go up over the spring and back. This is the most important thing, though. This ear coming off with a hole in it. That is how you set your ride height. Because this spring has got some flexy to it. Like a real spring. Plus you got some flex there. It won't hold the front end up for long. If you just put this on the axle and then glue it back on, it'll hold up for a while. But eventually it's going to sag. So we're going to do this other thing that I'll show you next on my next show with the shock. Okay? And we'll do that on my next show with the shock. And that'll set your ride height and make the whole front end nice and solid. You can sit on the fender if you want to. Okay? I'm really proud of this. This is a darn good looking spring. It really does look excellent. Alright, now I'm going to move Jigger over here. Am I? No. Hang on a minute. I got to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, I figured out what it was. Took me, what, 3 seconds? Actually, it was paused for like 5 minutes. And now I've already forgotten what it was I was going to do. But I have some guys here on the back of the table that have been waiting to come up and be seen for the last 3 episodes, and I keep yammering away and wasting all the time so they don't get to be seen, and they're getting upset about it. Here we have Billy the Fink. I love Billy the Fink, man. He is so cool. It came as Outlaw with Robin Hood Fink, but really, Robin Hood was kind of like green tights and bows and arrows and stuff, you know. Swing. So he looks more like a cowboy to me. So I'm calling him Billy the Fink, and I made him a chopper horse to ride on. See, he got the bit in his mouth there and reins. And he's got his loot box on the back that he just took from the Wells Fargo. Billy the Fink. Okay, well, you know, I love my Finks, man. He's mostly scratch built, except for the Fink and, you know, the wheels and motor. Okay, I'm going to move him and bring my other guy up here. This one was actually built by Grammy. She used a lot of my stuff, a lot of my parts out of my junk box and put it together because she's a little lazy. She's a nice lady, but she can be lazy. And yeah, she built this out of all kinds of stuff she found. I'm not even sure where it all came. I know I built this. I scratch built that motor. I was going to put it in something else, and I had never got around to it. And she sort of commandeered it. But I like this though. It's a tiki hut. It's one of those. Was it Ed Roth? Ed Roth built a little dune buggy. I mean, a little car dealy thing, and it had a tiki hut with it. And the guy in there, I don't know where he came from. Oh no, that's Stroker McGurk. He was on a surfboard. Yeah, he was on a surfboard model. I didn't like it. I got it for parts. But he's pretty cool. Anyway, this is what Grammy likes to do. I got a really quick little story I want to tell y'all before I go. I'm not going to leave it there looking at the back. My dad, when I was thinking 13, he had this little Nash Metropolitan, and he got a motor for it and put it in it. Motor in that car was so little bitty, he stood on the front fenders and lowered it down in there, bare, just him, no chain hoist or nothing, you know. Anyway, he got it going, and he says, "Come on, Glenn, we're going to go out and see how this thing runs." And we got on a back road. It was gravel. Had a lot of gravel roads back then, not now. But he was he was saying, "Man, this thing is a hot rod. Look how it's going." And he was going around the corners and sliding it a little bit and yeehawing, having a big old time with it. He goes around the corner. "I'm going to really get it. Hang on, Glenn." And I was hanging on, then all of a sudden the motor died. Blah. Just like that. And he eased over to the side of the road and said, "Damn, now what happened? What did I do? Something come loose." So he got out, raised the hood up. He was there for about a half hour. He was poking on stuff and taking stuff off and putting it back on, spitting and cussing. And finally, he come over, he sat back down in the car with his legs hanging out. He's a big guy in a little car. And said, "Okay, Glenn, you stay here and keep anybody from stealing the car." And I thought to myself, yeah, right, that'll happen. And I'm going to go and get somebody to pull me home, which happened to us a lot in those days, by the way. And about that time, he said, "Oh, go ahead and turn the ignition off." He got out of the car and hollered back, "Go ahead and turn the ignition off." And I hollered back at him. I said, "It is off, Pop." He said, "What?" "The ignition's off." He said, "Did you turn it off?" "I didn't turn it off. You turned it off, didn't you?" He said, "No, it was on." And then he kind of shut up a minute, sat back down in the car, reached over and pushed in the clutch and turned the key, and brum, bum, 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 fired right up. Turns out, when he went around that last corner, being all cool and sliding and stuff, his knee hit the ignition switches sticking out from the dash. Dad's like 6'2", 240 pounds, and the car was only like 5'3", 50 pounds, and his knee hit that key and turned it off. That's why the car died. It shut the key off with his knee. And he told me, he says, "Okay, we're going home now. Whatever you do, don't you dare tell anybody what I just did. Don't tell no." I told everybody. I'm telling y'all now too. He's gone. He can't get me. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go. Love y'all, and thank you so much for tuning in, watching me, and supporting this channel by subscribing and leaving comments and sharing and giving me likes and stuff. Y'all are awesome. You know it. You are. Okay, well, I'm going to go. And, okay, like, comment. I said all that. And I will see y'all later. Bye.